On behalf of everyone at WNET, congratulations to Steve Adubato and the Caucus Educational Corporation on 25 great years of broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Larry Nespoli with the New Jersey Council of County Colleges. At New Jersey's community colleges, we believe that our students, as well as all citizens, need to be informed about the important issues facing higher education. That's why we're proud to support programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Hackensack University Health Network, NJ Best, New Jersey's 529 College Savings Plan, turn a dream into a degree, TD Bank, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. Cohn Resnick, providing accounting, tax, and advisory services for more than 90 years. And by PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger, powering NJ.com.
This is One-on-One.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
People like laughing at others, so I don't mind if the other is me.
See, you go right into the character. That's what it is.
I'm bringing families together a half an hour each week. Man, I'm doing something special.
And so I do feel successful.
I will take you stopping your smoking and picking up a few pounds because I can work with that. This is what I do all day long, okay? So I'm happy about the smoking being gone. Now I want to focus on this. I mean, I got to tell you something. I was so excited when I saw your pictures because you have so much going wrong that it's going to be easy for you to go right.
Cool.
Listen to that, right? There's so much bad here that just a few changes in what you guys do is going to bring tremendous success.
Man, he looks good on that show. He looks even better on PBS. He is Dr. Ian Smith, author of Super Shred, The Big Results Diet. He's also the co-host of that show called The Doctors on CBS, right?
CBS, yes.
You love that show?
I do. I guest hosted many years, and this year they officially asked me to be a co-host, a regular co-host. So it's a good show. It's a lot of fun doing that show.
Yeah. By the way, I've known you for a long time through our mutual friend I was telling you before we got in here, Bobby Brown, who's on this show.
Yeah.
And Michael Strahan. How's he doing?
He's doing
Is he
great.
still working?
He's working. He's working too hard. I mean, he's got his morning show. He flies out on Fridays to do the Fox, Sunday football show.
Yeah.
But, I've known Stray for a long time. Stray has always been a hard worker, off the field, on the field. And this fits him. This is a perfect time. He and I are of the age where we're both working hard, but this is, I think, our peak.
And all those folks, one thing we all have in common is we try to take care of ourselves. And that's what brings me back to your book, Super Shred.
Yeah.
Which is not to be confused with
Shred.
What's the difference?
Shred is the father. So Shred is the book that came out talking about 6 weeks, 4 inches, 2 sizes. It's a very, very nice weight loss program, but it's a gradual weight loss program. It's a 6-week cycle program. You keep cycling through until you reach your target. But it's that's less of a diet, it's more of a lifestyle change. And someone said it to me on Twitter today. They said, I love Shred because Shred is about lifestyle, but Super Shred is about diet. And they're right. I didn't think about that. They're right. Because with Super Shred, I'm answering people who've said to me for so many years, I need to get the weight off quickly. I'm going to a wedding, I'm going on vacation, or I've reached a plateau. I can't lose weight. What do I do? And I've always said, stop worrying about the quick weight loss, worry about the gradual weight loss. With Super Shred, I've totally changed course here.
Yeah, but Ian, here's the question. For those who are saying, I don't want to do anything that's not healthy, I don't want to drop a lot of weight in a way that puts my body at risk, you say?
That we're on the same page, that I would never advocate that. Here's the deal. The reason why for years experts like myself have said don't lose weight rapidly is primarily because people tend to use extreme measures and unsafe measures to lose that weight so quickly, whether it's totally restrictive diets, eliminating entire food nutrient categories. With Super Shred, I said, can I create a program that's healthy, eating regular healthy food, but doing different types of techniques, meal spacing, negative energy balance, nutrient density.
Back up. A lot of that stuff is somewhat
Yeah.
technical. Give us a concrete example of each one of those. Go ahead.
Negative energy balance.
Negative energy balancing. Go ahead.
Your body works in burning fat by producing a state called negative energy balance. When you eat food or drinks, it has energy in it. Your body either will use the energy or it will store the energy. If it does not use the energy and stores it, you are in positive energy balance. Too much energy, you can't do anything with it, you store it as fat. When you're in negative energy balance, that means that the food and drink you are consuming is less than what your body needs. And so your body has to go somewhere else to get it. It goes into your fat stores. Negative energy balance. So the Super Shred program puts you in negative energy balance, which promotes fat loss. The second thing is sliding nutrient density, which means
Sliding
nutrient density.
By the way, when you go on our website, you see our, better yet, you go on Ian's information. It'll all be there, driansmith.com. Go ahead.
The key is this. Where we get our nutrients really matters during the course of the day. The first half of the day, you want to get your nutrients. If you want to, you don't have to, but get them from places that are more calorie rich.
Nutrients
like meats,
are?
Energy, your food energy. So, where you're getting your protein, your carbs, your fats. Get those from foods that tend to be more calorie rich. Steaks, for example, or yes.
Earlier in the day?
Earlier in the day, because towards the back of the day, you want to go more into a plant-based diet. Plant-based
So hold on.
diet.
So earlier in the day, I mean, we're taping right about at noon here at our Tisch WNET Lincoln Center studio. I have my energy bar, my balance bar, protein, right? You're saying,
I like that. No.
but
What
I'm not going to have a steak before I come into the studio because I'm going to feel sluggish.
Which is fine, but I don't want you to have the steak later tonight either.
See, that's
you have
what
a
I was
choice.
thinking that. No?
That's the wrong way to do it. See, sliding nutrient density means you're sliding your meal plan towards plant-based because plant-based has more fiber, has fewer calories, and it's a greater nutrient package, which means that you're getting more nutrients with less calories.
Examples
That's
of
the ratio.
plant-based.
Oh, geez, legumes, soy products, anything that has lentils, beans, all these things, chickpeas, plant-based products, celery, anything that's plant-based is tremendous for you later part of the day. When you eat foods that are heavily based in heavy protein, heavy calories earlier in the day, you have to spend all day working that off. If you do it at night, and you have the luxury, by the way, if you do that at night, you go to sleep. What's going to happen? I just told you.
That's right.
Energy balance. All that energy you ate at night and you're not burning off has to be stored as fat. Newton says energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So it has to exist in some form.
So you're doing it late at night. You're not shredding anything.
No, not at all. I mean, you're shredding your plans
Right.
because that's not going to work. The other thing is something called calorie disruption. This is why
Calorie disruption?
This is why Super Shred works. There's a concept called intermittent fasting, and the idea is very simple. You can eat normally for a certain number of days, but on a couple of days, you severely restrict your calories. There are several international studies that have shown when you do that, you can control better your blood fats, your blood pressure, and your sugar levels, and reduce inflammation, which is a sign of heart disease. Intermittent fasting. What I do at Super Shred is I don't do it as dramatic. I don't let you eat 2,000 calories a day, then take you down to 700 calories.
Give me what's a better ratio then?
Sure. So I'll give you maybe 1,200 one day, 1,000 the next, 13 the next, 8 the next. So I put you on a calorie roller coaster. I'm disrupting your calories, disrupting it. And the reason why that works is because if your body sees the same level of calories every day, it becomes acclimated to it. And the way the body loses weight the best is being jarred. You have to shock your system in a healthy way, not shock it by going down to 400 calories. But so what I try to do with Super Shred is I shock your body in a healthy way so that your body is constantly trying to burn the fat.
Let me try this one. Ian, for those who are around you, your friends and others who know that you live this style, you don't just talk about it on the doctors, you don't just write about it, you live it. How hard is it for you to be around other folks who are constantly coming to you looking for advice and you know that they are not doing what they should be doing? You're smiling as I'm saying it.
Yeah.
But they want the results.
That's the nature of what I do, is that, my mother's the biggest, guilt person of that,
And by the way, when you go to dinner with them, what's it like?
With my mother?
No, when you go to dinner with folks, right, and they go for the bread and then the second roll,
I'm off duty.
you just
I'm
lay off?
Duty. Oh, absolutely. I eat like everybody else.
No, you don't.
Let me tell you something.
There's no way you eat like everyone else.
You go to dinner with Stray and me, and you'll see how I eat.
You talking about Michael Strahan?
Yeah. I'm not a perfect eater.
He dropped like 25 pounds right after
because
he played.
He stopped eating 3 steaks at night. You should have seen him when he was playing. He could eat his meal and my meal at the same time. He was a beast. But here's the deal. My books, in the beginning, I say, I do not ask for perfection. I ask for you to be improved. There's a difference. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. I love, a fried pork chop every once in a while. I love a burger. I will eat it. And some people will see me out to eat and they'll say, "You're eating that?" Absolutely. Have you read my books? In my book, sometimes you're going to have pizza. You're going to have pasta and lasagna. Because,
Well, then what's overdoing it?
oh, geez, it's the portions.
So is it the fourth slice of pizza?
Yeah.
As opposed to?
As opposed to 2 slices with a salad. The book teaches you how to be able to consume the foods that you like, that are regular foods, but to consume them in portions that you don't overstuff yourself. I teach you how to eat to satisfaction, not eat to overindulge.
So here's the other part. Because exercise is so much of a part of this, we're talking about Bobby Brown, who's done this show many times. She is a big fan of, and we actually met doing, I like to call it cycling, but it's officially called spinning.
Yeah.
Right? Cycling. How much of the overall game plan, being healthy, shredding, whatever, is exercise as opposed to combined with the nutrition?
This is such a popular question, and let me give you my answer. People who go, and I've done this in our studies with shredders, we call them shredders, people on the program. Shredders who have just followed the meal plan portion, changed the way they eat according to the plan, have lost weight. Let's say they will lose, over the course of 6 weeks, they'll lose 15 pounds in 6 weeks, just changing their food, no exercise. But the people who also add exercise to it will lose 25 pounds. So can you lose weight on my programs by not doing it? Absolutely. But if you want to maximize, which I think most of us do, if you want to maximize your weight loss, then it's a 1-2 punch. And if you asked me as a physician, if I could only write one prescription for overall long-term health, what would that prescription be? Believe it or not, it's not diet.
What is it?
It's exercise. Because exercise affects every organ system in the body.
How many days a week?
4 days a week, 35 minutes, moderate intensity exercise.
Combination cardio and some degree of weight?
If you're only going to do one, give me cardio.
Because?
Because cardio works out everything. It's your blood vessels, it's your heart, it's your lungs, it's getting the blood pumping to your brain to prevent things like dementia and Alzheimer's. But if you can do both, light resistance weight to build that lean muscle mass. Lean muscle mass is more metabolically active, which is why men lose weight faster than women.
Online presence, what's it called? Is it called Shredder Nation?
Yeah, so we have this great group called Shredder Nation on Facebook.
How'd you start that?
Well, because this just became a movement. I didn't really start it. Actually, no, let me tell you something. On Twitter, I started tweeting out to people ways to lose weight. And it became a thing. And people started calling themselves shredders because they were following the shred diet. So we created all these Facebook pages. We have hundreds of thousands of people on these pages. They're very active. Oh my goodness. They have Facebook arguments because someone's not following the plan right.
They expect you to be in it?
I'm in it though.
You have to be in it.
I'm in it. I'm in it. Because, listen, I want to help people change their life, okay? This is what I do. I don't want to just sit here from the mountaintop and preach, and then you all kind of do what you do.
You got to be in it.
I want to be in it. So when I get emails and people say, "My goodness, I've lost 10 pounds this week. I haven't lost weight in 2 years," that inspires me. I mean, my wife will say, what are you doing? And I'll be crying because you hear these unbelievable stories. People running marathons. Some lady ran a marathon for the first time. She could barely walk a mile a year ago.
That means something to you.
Absolutely.
It means a lot to you.
And people say, "Well, why do you do this?" I've sold enough books. It's not about book sales. For me, it's about seeing the before and afters of people and seeing that they now, for the first time in their life, have control of their health destiny.
You love what you do.
I love it. I wouldn't trade my job for anything in the world.
Somehow you're born to do this.
I guess so. By the way, I was supposed to be an orthopedic surgeon. See, God has kind of a plan for you don't know, right? I started training to be an orthopedic surgeon, writing a column for Time magazine, and all of a sudden people were asking me about weight loss questions. I had no idea what it was.
Well,
That's how I
got it
did it.
worked out that way. You mind if I plug again?
No.
We do that on PBS sometimes. It's called Super Shred, Big Results Diet. 4 weeks, 20 pounds, lose it faster and healthier. Dr. Ian Smith, #1 New York Times bestseller, author of the other book called Shred. I want to thank you, Ian. We appreciate it.
It's good to see you again.
Good stuff.
It's been a
Thank you
while.
very much. Take
All
care of
right.
yourself. Come back anytime. We'll be back with a one-on-one from the Tisch, WNET Studios. It's a great place, great guests. Be right back after this. Thank you, Ian.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
Dr. Wu's Guide to Teens and Sex Today. This is not an easy decision, deciding when to have sex for the first time. There are so many pressures from movies, from friends, from our own bodies. If you have a pot of boiling water and you try to hold that lid down, if you let go for even a second, that lid is going to burst off because of the pressure. On the kibbutz, my top popped.
Man, you are good. Debra Jo Rupp, who is an actor in Becoming Dr. Ruth at the West Side Theater. How are you?
I'm good.
You are
I'm
very
good. Well, you just saw the little clip there, but
You're even better,
you have to
right?
come to the show. You have to come to the show.
I will come to the show.
Okay, do you promise?
I promise. There are some shows
Okay.
I actually say I'm not going to, but this one I will. Why should people come to see this?
Because it is not what you expect. It is not. It is not what you expect. People that come and think that it's like a little sex show, or people that come and think it's about the Holocaust, people that come and think it's about her sniper days. It is all of this and none of this. You know, the show is different, just very different. You will laugh and you will cry, and I truly mean
cry?
that. Oh, there's some sad stuff.
Dr. Ruth, sad?
Well, there was some sad stuff. I promise I will make you cry.
And laugh.
I will get you.
And laugh?
And laugh, yeah.
And a little bit about Dr. Ruth's history that will help people better understand this.
She is in every sense of the word a survivor. She lost her entire family in the Holocaust.
She was an orphan?
Yeah, she doesn't know what happened to them. Hitler basically took her father and then took her family. She was part of the kindertransport,
Right.
one of 300 children to go to Switzerland, and that was the only country that if those 300 children, 4 countries took 300 children. If she had gone to any other country, she would not be alive. It was only Switzerland. And she went to Switzerland because she was Orthodox Jew. And she went to an Orthodox Jewish orphanage.
Right.
And so that's how she got to go there. And
Amazing.
she was able to go because her father was in basically a concentration camp. So
How'd you
she
get
got
this
on.
role?
It was kind of written for me, Mark St. Germain. I know.
Written for you.
Yeah. He had been looking for a while to write. He likes to write, you know, historical figures and whatever. And then he landed on one that was alive, and she was short. And she had a dialect that's not one country, it's 4. And he went, I bet Debra Jo could do that.
Because you can do
call
all
me.
kinds of things. Because I've seen you in so many different...
I'm being really facetious.
No. Let folks know where else they've seen you.
You have seen me on Friends. You've seen me on Seinfeld.
The 70 shows.
70 show for 8 years. Yeah. The Mom.
That's cool.
It was cool, yeah. And it came at a great time in my life. You know, retirement.
Come on, what do you mean?
Well, I look ahead. I built a house in Massachusetts, and I said, I want every hallway big enough for a wheelchair. I look ahead. I'm so prepared, so prepared.
So that was, okay, I got it. By the way, you grew up right outside of Boston.
North of Boston.
North Boston, New Hampshire. I learned that before we got on the air.
Yeah.
You knew at a very young age you wanted to do this kind of work.
Yes.
But you said when you got into this, you moved to New York a few years back. And when you got
just
here...
Just a couple years back.
Just a couple years back.
I came right out of college, and I didn't have any money. My mother made me promise never to be a waitress because she thought I would be seduced by the money.
The money of being a waitress?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's my mother. And so she taught me sort of how to be a bookkeeper, because that's what she was.
And you were a good bookkeeper.
I was very good because I was really good on the adding machine. They were not calculators then, they were adding machines with the tape thing. That's how old I am. But I was really good at it because every form that you fill out, if you turn it over, there's directions. Really. If you can punch buttons and you can read.
But you're very good at that, but you're even better. My producers are saying go back to Ruth. I was fascinated by that, and I'm sure others are as well. But let me ask you.
Yeah.
What you love about playing this role is
the journey I get to take an audience on. That's what I love about it. And every audience is different. Every show is different. Every show? Every single show is different. Every single show. Yeah. Not a big crier, because she says that, you know, she says, I'm a Yeka. I'm a, you know,
Yeka.
a Yeka, a German Jew. Yekas don't cry. They keep their emotions here. But every once in a while, I do, because it's 97 minutes of just
you alone,
me.
isn't it?
Yeah, and there's a lot of, you know, the Holocaust is addressed, the death of her husband is addressed. There are some very serious moments. But every audience is different, so I cry at a different point, depending on what I feel the audience is feeling. It's very fun. It's very fun. And it's what keeps it alive, because it is different.
And the audience reacts to different parts of this 97-minute
in very different ways.
In
Some people come and they want to laugh. That's all they want to do. They want to laugh, and I know right away. I know in 10 minutes what I'm dealing with. And the ones that want to come and laugh, that's what they do. And there is enough, and it becomes like a comedy. There are some people that want to think and want to be more introspective, and then the show becomes something else. And every show is different, and sometimes it's a combo.
And you're reading that audience constantly?
I talk directly to the audience for the entire time.
What do you mean? Can you even see, do you look?
I see the faces. So when you're in the audience and you're texting, I see you.
No, you do not.
I see you, and I see your light, and sometimes I stop the show.
What? No.
I do. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You say...
I say, I see you with the texting. You think I don't see you? Turn your cell phones off.
Oh, and you probably do it just like that.
I do it like that.
And the accent, describe it.
The accent is German, French, Israeli, American. 4 countries smushed together. I had a dialect coach. I cried when I tried to learn it. It took forever. And everybody has their idea of what she sounds like. Like in their heads.
Everyone has a different idea. It's just one voice.
You know what she sounds like, right?
I think I know.
Oh, see? And I do too. But I guarantee you, mine is not yours. It's 4 countries. So there's probably a part of you that is picking out one country more than another. And everybody does that, you know? I do how I hear her.
So let me ask you this. For someone who is in that audience, who is... Let's just say someone who is older, who has a connection to the Holocaust, who is a German Jew.
Yes.
There's a potential that they receive this and hear it,
yes,
experience it, not just the accent, but the whole thing, and totally.
In a very different way. And the way it's written, it's very personal. It's very personal. And because it's so personal, you feel it. You really feel it as an audience member. You feel it. And we're getting a lot of young people in the audience now. And I kind of think the story is getting lost a little bit.
What do you mean by that?
I think the Holocaust and what happened and how it happened, I think is maybe not as prevalent in schools as it was when I went. I think it's getting lost a little bit. And I think this show brings it back in a very personal way, in a way that you can identify with.
You know what's so interesting as you're talking about Dr. Ruth? I mean, I met her a couple times in different shows, different places. There were times I thought people didn't take her seriously.
I know.
And that I didn't know her well enough. It was at another network at another time. We were waiting to go on, and people thought she was a joke. Some people.
A lot of people, and I think when I got the call to play Dr. Ruth, the first thing I thought of was the little short woman that talked funny, had a high voice, and talked about sex all the time.
Yes.
And it was a joke to me. I didn't know anything about her. I wasn't even sure if she wasn't maybe an actress that made up a funny accent.
Doing shtick.
Yeah. That's what I knew. And then when I was told that she was a sniper, I couldn't put those two
together.
together.
Keep saying sniper.
She was a sniper in Palestine. She was in the Haganah. And she got hit, a bomb.
She was part of the Underground Army.
Yeah. I know.
Dr. Ruth.
Yeah. Dr. Ruth. Her story is unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
All true.
All true. All true.
Nothing
she
funny.
sailed from Paris to New York Harbor to get to the United States. The Germans, she got a check from them for not having schooling because the Nazis didn't let her get the schooling. She got a check from, and then she came to the United States. She was a single mother. She's amazing.
Really?
And people should know what she is. Yeah.
You
She's
feel
amazing.
connected to her.
I do, very connected. Very connected.
And in many ways, for so many people, I bet they're walking away from this play with a sense of her that they never would have had.
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
And that's moving to you.
Yeah.
It is. I don't want you to get emotional on me. Don't. Actually, a very brave woman. Mm-hmm. Really, in a lot of ways. This is a gift for you to be able to play this role.
Yeah.
And you're giving a give back in so many ways.
I hope so.
Yeah. In the time we have left, I want to ask you, when you think about work, the work that we do, we have a minute left, do you think people say, I'm just so glad I'm a working actor? But there's work, and then there's work that's really very rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
You could be working, getting a check, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But for your career at this point, this isn't just work.
No, this is a message. I get to deliver a message. I get to deliver hope. You know, I get to change your life for 97 minutes, you know?
That's just not work.
That's not work, no.
That's a lot more than that. Do you mind if I plug a little bit?
No.
You don't?
I don't mind
That's
at
okay
all.
with you?
Yeah, yeah.
Debra Jo Rupp is Dr. Ruth in Becoming Dr. Ruth at the West Side Theater, which is, where is it?
It's on 43rd and 9th.
and 9th. By the way, you live right around the corner.
I do.
I'm not going to give you your address, but by the way, you're a delight. And I want to
Thank you very
so
much.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System. Funding has been provided by Hackensack University Health Network, NJ Best, New Jersey's 529 College Savings Plan, TD Bank, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, Cone Resnick, and by PSE&G. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been made possible in part by Celgene.
We can see it. This day has never been closer. Today, thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, hundreds of thousands with blood cancer are living a normal life. We're almost there. We're making cures happen. Join us.